Hey guys, welcome back. Not feeling the best today. I'm feeling pretty crappy actually. I think I ate too much earlier. But you know what? I felt like streaming anyway. I just got done basically surrendering to an issue I was having trying to get automation with using Gregtech only stuff to work, and it's not working. Yeah, so what's happening is this might as well be a paperweight. This thing is absolutely useless. It does nothing. I've gone into creative and basically tested this every single which way to try to get it to work, and it doesn't work. I don't know what the developer was doing with this, but it really looks like an incomplete feature. And I got on the Discord, the Gregtech Discord, and they basically told me to use Ender.io because these don't work. I'm like, really? You'd think that a mod pack named Gregtech, with a mod named Gregtech, that all of the items and all the stuff in there would be working correctly. They've had 10 years of work on it, but I guess not. So I wanted to use Gregtech. I did. I was interested in that, but it looks like I'm just gonna have to use other mods to fix their problem. I don't know. That kind of, I don't know. I have a problem with that. I don't like that. It's like, why can't I just use the Gregtech mod to do all this stuff? But whatever. You know, but I think at this point, if I'm going to continue playing, I've absolutely had enough with trying to do anything but treat item pipes or just Gregtech pipes in general more than just glorified hoppers, basically, or chain hoppers. Yeah. In fact, hoppers are a lot less expensive, though the item pipes do transport more items faster than the hoppers do. They seem just as limited in their covers. Like, I mean, basically anytime I've ever tried to use these covers, any of these covers, to try and manipulate or manage what items go where, or to control the flow of items at all, I've just met with a brick wall. So I'm tired of beating my head against that brick wall, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna throw in the towel and just scrap all this shit, take the L, and move on. I think I wanted to get really angry, but I was like, okay, you know, I mean, I'm done with that shit. Now these filters, they actually look like they might be useful, but they are really silly the way their GUI is designed. I don't like the GUI design at all for any of these. But I was told that the recipe filter is really good, that it works pretty well. So I think I will try to work with those if Ender.io can't do it. But I think you know, I'm gonna go work on Ender.io now because, yeah, I can't really. I am not gonna go any further without making production chains. I'm just not. I want my items to start creating items for me. Yeah, I am done with this moving back and forth and transporting items all over the place and juggling chests and stuff. I'm just absolutely done. I'm going to try to cut that out of my life as much as possible, as I can possibly do within the limits of not having an ME system. So I gotta say, that's kind of one of the things that has kept me from playing Minecraft more, is there seems to be this huge gap. You go from, your options are go with chests until you get drawers, and deal with drawers until you get an ME system, which progression-wise is like towards the end of the game. you know, until you can really get that going. Even on the easy mod packs, this one, it seems like an ME system is kind of farther away from me at the rate I'm progressing than the nearest star is from our planet. You know, if any of you actually know how far away that is, not to mention I am probably gonna have to go to other planets to get the ME system, so I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do that. So, yeah. Alright, so let's look at our quest book. You know, it's another... This mod pack, this experience has been full of one moment after another, me going, okay, this really looks like it's going to work, and I go to get it to work, and it don't work, and I cannot figure out why, and I have to just abandon what I was doing. I really thought I was done with that, but I guess not. I just, you know... I just think it's sad that I've got to work with other mods to fix a mod. Like, can you just have that mod work? Have it work? Now, the other mods might be better, but at least it needs to work. Like, those item filters need to do what says that they're gonna do. But okay. All right, I'm not gonna obsess about that anymore. Okay, so I think in MV there's this here. Okay, I think this is where we start. All right. You probably used Ender.io before. I have, sort of. Wasn't really impressed a long time ago, back in the day when I used it. It's quite useful for a lot of things, but the recipes are different. It's not as useful for some things like ore processing. Let's go through what it has to offer. Note that the other half is in HV. Okay. Well, I do have a clear path to HV. I do. So that's good. So electrical steel. I think I already did accidentally make that. So yeah, I did accidentally make electrical steel dust. So that's just steel with coal and silicon. We have a ton of those. So we're good with that. Go ahead and add that. And then we'll blast furnace it. Yeah, that should be the regular recipe, of course. Yeah, it should be fine. I mean, we'll use oxygen because it's far quicker. Far quicker, uses a lot less power. Okay, so yeah, definitely doing that. Okay. So I want to see how much electrical steel I already have. I probably have 1 or 2 shy of getting what I want. Wow, I have enough. Holy shit. For once in my life. I have what I need, instead of being 1 off. Okay. Well, I'm not going to complain about it. Let's see. Let's take this out. Okay, I can't do that. Okay, so... Where do I put this wrought iron dust? I will... You know what, I think I'll just throw it in my backpack. I'm probably going to forget about it, though. As for this other crap... I'm gonna... Yeah. So I think, really, I'm just gonna go ahead and, yeah, just kind of put this away for now. And... we'll come back to this later after I have Ender.io pipes and have them working and make sure that they actually work correctly. Yeah, that's the important thing. So... So that's on setting 11 too, that's cool. I did have a bunch of steel queued up. So I think it's... Yeah, it's a long fucking time. I mean, I am due to have multiple EBFs, I think, at some point. Probably want to upgrade to cancel and do all that. I might as well do 3 more of them. Well, so when I automate the basic things that I need to craft everything else, when I have a production chain for each one of those and they're working together in tandem, and I'm not having to move items around that much anymore, then I get to get the ore processor up and get ore processor chains. Basic ones. I'm not going to get too complex. I mean, I already have my gem processing chain, so that's good. But, like, I need to, you know, get something for just, you know, processing regular ores. And I need to upgrade to MV. Connect it to benzene, and after that, I am going to, once I do all that, I forgot what I was going to say. I'll remember it later, I'm sure. That is a lot of steel. I like that. That is very good. Actually, I probably could put this wrought iron back in here, and hopefully it will smelt the electrical steel first, and then that. Now, so conductive iron ingots. So how is this made? Of course, that's also made in the blast furnace, so I'm gonna have to wait forever for that as well. I mean, that, so basically, I'm not gonna get this done in less than 16 minutes, which it's definitely gonna take longer than that. So, whatever. Yeah, back to it. Conductive iron ingot. Say, make the dust. Redstone alloy, okay. That's fine. Iron powder and silver, okay. How are we on silver? I have a bad feeling that we're not doing so good on silver. We have 53 ingots. 53. That does not add up. That doesn't add up. No. Yeah, that doesn't add up at all. I've been smelting silver here and there for the past week. There's no way that's all I have. So... Oh, there's wrought iron dust in here? Interesting. I'll grab that too. Wait, did I? What did I grab? I think I'm lagging. There we go. There. This is right where I was looking. So there's 13 silver dust there. Okay, so we'll just take that with us. And we'll come over here. There is no way this is all the silver we have, dude. There's no fucking way. Okay. 17. It just seems like for the past 3 or 4 days I've been getting 1 or 2 silvers here and there. Like, yeah, I don't know. That seems really weird. But, okay. Well, anyway, hopefully we'll have enough silver to at least do something, to at least automate some things. So obviously, if we're gonna have to switch tactics and make a production chain for the Ender IO stuff instead. I mean, we still need to do what I was doing there as well. So I think. Oh no! You ain't going in there. I'm being absent-minded. Oh, okay. Come on, dude. Wow. Okay. Well. Alright. Throw this in there. Okay. We'll go ahead and smelt this. I think really my ADD is like the main antagonist of my life. I gotta be honest. Come on, gotta pop in there. I know, come on. Come on, man. Wow. Okay. I know when I leave, the second I leave, you're gonna throw it in there. Okay? 20 seconds between moves. I think I'm done with that too. Yeah. Yep. And I agree. The ME system is way better. It's honestly the best. I mean, there's some arguments. I have some arguments for refined storage. Honestly, the best inventory system I have ever seen, my favorite one of all time, and it really ticks me off that more mod packs don't use it, is Tom's Simple Storage. I really hate it that more mod packs don't use that mod. I love that mod, man. Yeah, it's not as potentially powerful. You know, it doesn't have the spreadsheet that Applied Energistics has, or Refined Storage, but it doesn't need it. You get it way earlier. It's way easier to set up, way easier to make, and simple, way more intuitive, and it does most of the basic things that the other two systems do. So, like, yeah. I mean, the only reason you'd want to go for the other two is because it's less, because they're more complicated. That's the only reason you want to, is just because you like things complicated. It's not because it's actually better, I think. You know. But anyway, it looks like my my tin ingot's not coming out. I guarantee you, it's gonna pop in there when I'm gone. It will. I'll just sit here, you know. Okay, we'll just sit here. Won't be like that. I know you're in there. It's funny. It's funny. So it takes 20 seconds to throw it in there, but and to pop out into the output, but it ate it immediately when I threw it in there. Immediately, before I had a chance to realize my mistake and take it back out. Man, dude, am I seeing shit? Maybe I'm seeing shit. So, all right, well, you know, whatever, dude. Okay, I'll take you apart and put it back together if I have to. All right, so let's see. Yeah. So we're gonna make more. Since there's a place for wrought iron, we'll throw that in there for now, because we're going to need this blast furnace for a little bit. We have plenty of steel. So we have the recipe for that. Is there a better recipe? No. Not really. Well, wait. No. No. It's the same. Okay, so redstone alloy, so it is that recipe here. Okay. So we gotta make that first. Make that powder, and then we gotta make this powder. Surprise, surprise. Let me... And make sure it's not lame. That one's lame, but that one isn't. Okay. Ender pearl dust. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Hello, Minecraft stream? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Turn over a new leaf. This isn't what I'm hung up on. Like, I actually thought about, maybe doing a Stellaris run at some point. Like a story stream or something, you know, like kind of, you know, a theme build or something. Like experimenting with a build or whatever. But I'm not afraid. I'm not going to be afraid anymore of what I put on my channel. Because of numbers, or like I'm not gonna let fear and numbers and expectations dictate what I do with my channel, or what I decide to cover or do, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of surrendered the other day. It happened when a video blew up in my face, and I was just like, you know, I realize now I need to do what makes me happy, man. And you know, it'd be one thing if it was paying my bills, but it's not. It's paying my electric bill, if that. I have other sources of income, so you know, I just do this for fun, man. So if I'm just gonna do this for fun, why the hell do I care? I mean, I care about you guys. I want you guys to like my channel. I don't want you guys to unsub, of course, but like, if you're gonna do that just because I play a different game, okay, well, nice knowing you, man. You know, I'm gonna miss you. I hope you come back. But yeah, I don't know what else to say, right? I mean, if you're not subbed to my channel for me, I mean, well, I mean, what if Stellaris dies, right? So this is something I've thought about too. Like, you know, I've already made a video highlighting the problems about it, and they're not fixing it. So it's just like, okay, you know, especially with the pricing issues, a lot of people are having an issue with the pricing. It's like, I don't think the writing's on the wall yet, but like, I still feel that, yeah, Paradox is, I mean, it looks like they're starting to pull up, but I think they need to pull up harder. Yeah, to get out of the, yeah, I'm done talking about it. And that's kind of something else. I don't want to bitch about stuff anymore. I mean, it's a work in progress, and I'm not gonna do it perfectly all the time, but I am committed to kind of just, you know, cleaning up my act and kind of, you know, noticing when I'm either beating a dead horse, or I'm too onto something, or I'm too obsessed with something, or just too negative and too, you know, complaining about something too much, and just kind of pull back from that. Kind of switch focus back to what I was doing. So we're going to go to the mixer, but first, okay, so we have these recipes. I want to check the mixer and see if we have more alloy dust already. It looks like we have some, so that's good. We'll just use that. We're going to put this mica pulp away. By the way, welcome back, Wonderwaffen. It's good to see you again, man. The good thing is about this too, about this change of mine, this change in my attitude is, it's not going to prevent me from, I'm not going to be prevented from streaming anymore based on what I'm doing. So I'm gonna try to stream everything I do. So right now I'm playing Gregtech. This game's obscure as fuck. Nobody really knows about it, you know. Even in the automation building space, but I think it's worth a mention. Absolutely. It's hard as fuck. It's very difficult. It will make you want to throw your computer out a window, but other than that, it's actually pretty enjoyable. You know, I definitely liked it. Like, basically, I've conquered Satisfactory, I've conquered Factorio, I've conquered Dyson Sphere Program for the most part, and you know, so there's not many things left. Now there's Eden Crafters. I do want to get into that, but it's kind of buggy right now and kind of a little too early access for me at this point. Like, I think they are adding content, and I've been following them. They are doing decent, but they're also, you know, so I was going to cover that also, see if I could finish a game, because I do like some of the things about that game. Some of you probably don't even know what game I'm talking about, but it's just another building automation game. But this is like the Dark Souls of those games. I'm finding it kind of is. Got to be honest, but that's the impression I'm getting so far. So we got the redstone alloy. We got the electrical steel. So actually, we were making the electrical steel. Ooh, I fucked up. I forgot. Sorry about that. I was in cheat mode. Yes, I was. You know, honestly, for this playthrough's all fucking shot to hell. This is my first playthrough. I'm just learning, you know, and I don't have any shame about doing creative when I'm learning. Now when I'm actually want to be challenged, and I'm kind of, I've learned and everything. Once I've figured all this out, I know what I'm doing, then I won't even need to cheat, really. So that's kind of been my experience there. But I'm not going to waste hours, you know, send something out just for it to not work. Using my survival resources, right? I want to make sure something works first. I learned that the hard way in this mod pack. Make sure it works first before you put forward the resources, right? And the time to build it. You know. I kind of think that goes for a lot of games, right? Where you just kind of, you want to build it and create it first, make sure it actually works. Okay. So, okay, we need to go back here to the back. Use a T function that seems to have a 5-block radius. Yeah, that's not a good thing. So there's two coal dust. Okay, that's whatever. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's silicone. Okay, we'll take this over there. We do. I think we do need steel. That's right. Oh, we got steel right here. So I think we're gonna have to. We actually could do okay with this. Might have to grind some more steel. We'll see. That looks good. That'll buy us a few minutes. In the meantime, I wonder what we could do. I actually wanted to start a new game with you guys, just kind of play it through with you guys, but I kind of wanted to get this issue settled first. By the way, I really appreciated the turnout yesterday, guys. I really do. You guys encouraged me. I wasn't really sure if I was up to it or not, but yesterday, I'm kind of finding now that as bad as I feel, I'm actually doing okay. You know, it is really nice to just let go. You know, just let go of just everything and just kind of, you know what? I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna play what I want, and you know, and we'll see what happens, man. Well, what I found out what was happening all these months was like I was playing these other games and I wasn't showing them. I wasn't like, yeah, it's like where'd all that time go? Like, I didn't really, you know, I had to take Stellaris in doses because of how things were going, you know. So it's just, yeah, I'm done with that, you know. Like I said, I'm done complaining, but I mean I'm going to finish the project I'm on. But yeah, like it's just gonna be a when it's done basis, and I normally don't like that attitude either, but I think for my channel it's kind of appropriate because right now it doesn't really seem like I can really control how I feel from one day to the next. I can't control my energy level or my willingness or anything. I also can't really control timing or anything like that. So yeah, or what the numbers do. So it's just kind of like, well, why don't I just enjoy life and enjoy what I have and show what I'm playing, you know, and kind of just bring you guys along for the ride. I think that isn't a bad idea. And you know what? If that makes my numbers drop, then whatever. I guess that's how it is. All right, there should be plenty mixed right now. Oh, that's right. We should probably go ahead and start getting the other dust together. That's what we can do. Because I don't want to just stand around. So, conductive iron. So, we have the redstone alloy. I'm about to say I know I have a lot of iron dust. Don't even tell me I don't have it. Okay, so so I'm gonna have to grind, literally grind the silver. Okay, so I think I'll be conservative and I will on. That wasn't too slow. We'll start with that. Going and I'll just macerate the rest. Okay, now the pulsating iron. So we are going to split off our redstone alloy dust and some of our iron dust. We get ender pearl dust. Let's go ahead and see how much of that we have. We probably don't have a lot. Okay, we have 6. So we do have an okay amount of ender pearls. We have 36. So I want to see how this is made and how I can maximize okay, so So that's how you make an interpearl lens, huh? Macerator. What? It's got to be a block. Really, dude? Come on, man. Dry dust. Okay. I guess I will do that. Okay. Ender pearl, so we got to do that in the fluid extractor. And the solidifier. Okay, so we have. Let's use that canister. Well, in the meantime, okay. We'll just do that. Okay, so we made 18 pulsating iron. So I think the other one was silver. So we could throw silver in there. There we go. Might actually have. Well, no, we have to smelt them. That's right. Okay, we have what we need. We go down there. And we'll try that. I think it's time to make an Ender IO box. We'll just yeah, all I want to do is actually automate and stop running around so much. Maybe I can't. I don't know, but I'm gonna try. Okay, we'll put this stuff away. What else can I do? I don't want to get too distracted here. So I already have a lot of dark steel. That's cool. I would love to empower that armor that I got from there. Let's see, fluid solidifier. So I got to make a plate mold. So I guess I've got to make one from scratch. I thought I already made one. That's redstone alloy dust. We definitely want that. Get some of that wrought iron. Yeah, we'll just keep that for now. It needs to stop throwing stuff in my hotbar. I absolutely hate that feature. Okay. So the Ender IO box. Well, let's go ahead and look at Ender IO, or Ender. We'll just do that. So, what kinds of stuff can we get into here? Now, I heard that the Ender IO farmer does work with the oreberry crops, but its radius is abysmal. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting this sword. Especially, I think it keeps Endermen from teleporting. Drops. Enderman can't teleport once hit. Yeah, so that would be really nice. Really beneficial. Especially if we could find a way to maybe put looting on it or something. I don't know. Free skull and ender pearl drops. That's cool. But it doesn't prevent them from teleporting. Ah, but they can't teleport with this. So it's just got to be empowered. I don't know if they'll let me do that or not. We'll see. So, but what are we doing this for? We are doing this for the pipes and wires. So let's go take a look at those. So what we want to get here, I actually want to get really deep into this mod. I've never got a chance to do it. Every time I've tried, I've kind of just been like, I like these other mods better. But I think this time I'm actually going to really give it an old college try. I'm really going to just fill it out and try to make it work, even if I'm not happy with it. Just like Gregtech. Let's see. So the conduits, so like energy conduits, I'm really looking forward to that because I absolutely hate having to transport fluid all over the place and having to build power generation on site. I think that's ridiculous. So, but part of me thinks it's kind of cheating in this mod pack to do that, to go with this, with Ender IO for a centralized power setup because, you know, well, my question is, there's got to be a way to convert RF to EU and vice versa. If I can figure that out, then I may just say, give this mod pack the middle finger and centralize my power with Ender IO for sure. And maybe just do that with all those capacitors that I've been collecting, because those capacitors are really awesome. I saw back in the day how awesome they were, so I can't wait to work with them. If I work with this mod long term, though, I am 100% going to have to find a solution to my Enderman problem, to my Ender Pearl problem. Absolutely. I'm either going to need to make a spawner of some kind, an Enderman spawner of some kind, or something. I've got to do something, because that's one of the barriers to this mod, is that if you don't have access to the end, or you find you can't go for whatever reason, or you're not there yet, it really kind of gates it. Like, basically, your access to Ender Pearls, your success with this mod, as far as my first impressions were, really hinge on how easily you can get ender pearls. But hopefully, maybe I learned some new tricks that will get around that problem. So basic item filter for upgrade for item conduits. That's definitely something I'm interested in that as well. Now let's see how nasty this this recipe is. Z-Logic controller. So this is MV, so we can make this, I think. You know, we have MV assemblers, so I mean, Volairen plate, I don't know how hard that's going to be. This stuff is weird. It always annoyed me. Zombie heads, so probably going to have to, like, get a cleaver or something and actually go out there and do a lot of fighting, which I guess is okay. I mean, you have mob spawners on this, too, and whatnot, so I guess, really, that's fine. We could get into that, I guess. Do some fighting. So I think maybe we'll just do what the pack tells us to. All right, now that we've been screwing around, oh, only got 5 more. Okay. Well, no, we just shy of 8. Yeah. So we'll look at this a little bit more. Let's see here. So these capacitors is definitely what we want. We've been getting these as rewards, which is really nice. I think that's really going to help us. Yeah, I kind of do want to break from the. I mean, if I'm not going to do 100% Gregtech, then I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. So I'm just. And if I'm going to go into Ender IO and use Ender IO stuff, I might as well do the centralized power too. With the Gregtech machines, of course. The Gregtech machines are okay. Yeah, it's just yeah, man, the pipe, the logistics of Gregtech is horrible. I give it a 3 out of 10, probably, compared to other systems, other mods. Ender IO, though, when I worked with the conduits, I gotta say I was impressed. I understood that then why so many people liked them so much. Yeah, these, I know for a fact that these are going to be good. They may not be exactly how I remember, because, you know, it's Gregtech, so they made a lot of things lame. and a lot more challenging, quote unquote. You know, so there is that. So this is interesting. So it looks like Electrum is what we want to go for. So we're going to have to find a solution to the silver problem too. It's looking like it looks like this mod pack this mod uses a lot of silver. I can already I'm already starting to see that. But you know what? We are going to get into. Yeah, actually, we were going to get into mining. Now, I forgot what was in our way with this. Oh yeah, sulfuric acid. So I think I'm just going to do the bare minimum to get 1 sulfuric acid cell so I can get one of these prospecting tools. I think that's what I'm going to do there. Since I'm not going to be doing production chains for until I got Ender IO. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So where is the auto mining? A new alloy, Volairen. Yeah, so we need to do that one too. That's for Ender IO as well. So what is this? This is required. There's some darker uses for machines, stuff that might be considered magic anyway. Volairen, okay. How do I make you? How the hell do I make you? I know you don't require that crap. Don't throw that in my face first. Nope. All that's lame. All that's lame. Helium. Okay. Oh, nothing. Nothing is always good. Nothing is amazing. Yep. There we go. So, no lame stuff. Okay. So yeah, we got ash. Ash. Okay. Ash is. I know how to make that. That's cool. Gold. So gold and soul sand. Yeah. Easy. Easy. We can do that. No problem. Okay. So that's doable. Let's see, a soul vessel. You know what? I think Ender IO is kind of a good, like, kind of bridge between. You know, I've always shied away from magic But maybe it's time to do it a little bit with Ender IO. Better tools. Because there is some magic-y stuff in Ender IO, for sure. So better tools. Venom, steel, hammer, okay. Domestic steel, okay. Alright. So, I guess I'm going to upgrade my tinker tools. That's cool. That's chunkling, 1 in a million, envy bending. So, what? Okay, I can't see what that is. So, auto mining. The envy miner will find ores for you faster than the LV miner and in a larger range. It also has a larger fortune bonus. Great for gathering small ores in the nether. Plus, it's faster. But I'm sure you figured that. Okay, so we need a mining pipe. Okay. So what does this thing require? Wow, this recipe does not look bad at all. Oh, I could fucking make this thing right now. I have 2 sensors. So yeah, definitely putting that down. Yeah, we need to put that on a Galena vein or something that has silver in it and get that to work. So I think our goals with Ender IO is as soon as possible, get acid ender pearl generation as soon as we possibly can, or something close to that. Where like, yeah, we do have to do some manual things, but it basically we need to make ender pearls a lot easier than they are, because right now I've been playing this for weeks, and what the ender pearls that you saw, that's all I have. Yeah, after all the endermen I've killed. Or not killed, because they run away and they don't come back, unlike vanilla. Yeah, that's gotta, the rate at which I get ender pearls is definitely gonna have to change for me to get in this mod, or to stay in this mod long term. So, yeah, this definitely needs to increase. So probably gonna have to work with spawners and all kinds of shit that we've never worked with before, or I've never worked with before. But I am kind of excited about it. It's just, I played this game to do the Gregtech stuff. I didn't really play this game to, switch to Ender IO, but I guess that's what I'm doing, huh? Oh, okay. I'm really anxious to level up these and get these going. These look really cool. The dark steel armor. Pardon me. I'm wondering if I should start drinking water yet. I felt like crap earlier, and it seemed like the more water I drank, the crappier I felt. So, yeah. Such is my life. Well, let's go ahead and take a sip and see what happens. See if I react to that. Okay, so let's go to the output box. Let's see, okay, we got alright, we just need 4 more pulsating iron ingots, and then we should have what we need to continue. So, Ender IO has a bag, Ender pouch, okay. That's definitely something I want to look at, because more storage options is great. Endurios. Yeah, let's see, glider wings. Interesting. Upgrade for dark steel chestplate, okay. The glider. I don't know, I'm kind of liking the stuff I'm seeing here. Staff of traveling, I remember those not working very good. And then there's the ender chest, of course. That actually could definitely come in handy if I get in a position where I can mass produce those. I heard the EBF turn off. That must mean that it's done. That, or it's being lame. I think it's... No, it's just... No, the noise shut off. How's it feel? It feels good. You know what? I'm gonna go check the garden since I'm not doing nothing. Okay, so... Okay, good luck with the mod. I need to go to school. Okay, good luck with school, dude. Alright, I don't see any stupid weeds. So, a little pro tip with the crop farms, these crop sticks. They will not break if you crouch over them, okay? But even if you walk over them, you're liable to break them. So always, like, keep it enclosed. Don't let other players run through here. Just stay crouched when you're in here and you won't break anything. Easier said than done sometimes because you do need to place things and adjust stuff. So we got this here, but I'm going to dismantle this. The ore berries are just garbage. They really are just garbage. I think they're just meant to waste your time and lead you on. This pack really likes to lead you on. I noticed that. It really does. It likes to mess with you, I think. It really does. I think this mod pack is kind of sadistic in a lot of ways. Because, like, you know, like, especially with the logistics stuff, they make it sound like the stuff will work and it doesn't. And you spend hours trying to figure out just come to the conclusion that it sucks and it doesn't work, you know? Wow, I could have learned that in 1 minute, you know? That's all right. Volairen is here to make some videos about this that will make your mod pack easy and steer people away from all this bullshit that I've encountered. So I'm doing it for you guys, man. I'm doing it for you guys. You know, similar to how I approached Stellaris, man. Stellaris was it wasn't sadistic, okay? It wasn't trollish really. But Stellaris also is a very complex game that if you are new, it is not friendly to you. Like, it is not really newbie friendly. It's really not. It is a steep learning curve. There is way too much to learn at once. You know, honestly, for the first year I played Stellaris, I didn't like it. And I was not good at it, and I was just like, dude, I don't understand this. Like, it seemed like no matter what I did, I would lose, and I couldn't win wars. I didn't even know how to do wars. Like, I didn't know how to get any planets, you know? It was like, I didn't know how to increase my economy. Yeah, like, it was nuts, man. Like, that's why I started making those videos, man. I was like, dude, once I figured out, it's like, dude, I feel like kind of not obligated, but I feel close to something akin to obligation to, like, at least say something about this and tell people, hey, look, man, this is how you do it. It's really simple. I know nobody talks about this, but this is how you do it. I did the same approach with Kenshi. That's actually how I got my start. Start as in learned that YouTube is real, and you actually can get somewhere doing YouTube. It's not a myth, you know. Channel growth is not a myth. It is real. You just have to work at it, you know. Put your time in, and you will get results. You just won't get the ones you're looking for. Okay, so, all right. There we go. Got it. Choice reward. By far, I'm picking pulsating iron ingot, obviously. Okay, so the rule is, guys, when it comes to reward choices, always pick the choice that you cannot renew, easily get. So either you haven't got it before, it's either got to be something you haven't got before, or something that you cannot easily get, or something that's not renewable. So in this case, so the conductive iron ingot, that's renewable. We have tons of that shit. Well, other than maybe the silver, I think it does require silver. So silver is a little harder to get, okay? Electrical steel, that's just drip. We have no problems with electrical steel. Pulsating iron? I showed you how many ender pearls I have, right? That is a very limited, controlled, restricted resource right now. That's like a fucking Schedule 1, man. So Yeah, silver's not that great either, but silver is still way better, way easier to get than ender pearls. So yeah, we're taking the pulsating iron ingots for sure, man. Not one. You know, those are free ender pearls right there. Basically, is how that translates. So that's how you should be picking your choices. You know, I'm not even a Gregtech veteran, and I can tell you that. That's pretty just common sense stuff in most games. Yeah, so yep, I think I got it. All right, let's see. Go to the next one. Okay, channel more. We'll look at that in a second. But conduits, yeah, we're immediately going there. Let's see. Probably the most awesome way to transport just about anything in multiple different ways. Get some conduits of each type. Higher tiers for each, except item. Higher tiers of each exist except items. Why not items? Maybe it doesn't need it. I hope it's because it doesn't need it. So item conduit. Of course it requires pulsating iron. Why the fuck wouldn't it? Why the fuck wouldn't it require that? Of course. Of course you're going to limit my item conduits with ender pearls. Fuck you. Okay, well, alright. Done. That's as most I'm going to bitch about it. Like I said, we are definitely going to need to fix our ender pearl problem to get farther with this pack. But we're still going to make them. Well, at the very least, we can make them for our production chains to do the shit that Gregtech won't do. Okay, which is filter items, like any decent, halfway decent mod is able to do, but somehow Greg isn't. So, see, small electrum item pipe, another item that we don't have a lot of. We have, thankfully, a lot of polyethylene. That's something that's been great so far. Yeah, that's been a success story. So this, let's see, pulsating iron plate. I shudder to think how the hell we get this. Do we have to have a block? No, we got an extruder, so that works. And then there's the bending machine. Okay, we can also do that. That's cool. All right. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. And then small electrum. We got the extruder for that. One electrum ingot for one of those. That is pretty cool. So one electric ingot, one pulsating iron plate equals, or one ingot equals item conduit with polyethylene. So, all right. So we know what we need to do. We got polyethylene here. So we're going to take these. How many of these do we need to make? 8. Alright, so we'll go ahead and throw that in there, bend those. Better be on the right number, it is. And the electrum, that's right. So I think we did run our electrum through the smelter. We do have 40 electrum bars. Yeah, and all that electrum, man, that requires silver as well. So, yep. So definitely want to probably might have to bump up the auto mining. Oh, okay. No. Oh, what am I doing? Gotta go to the extruder. Okay. Extruder here. Oh, those are nice. Okay. Small electrum pipe. Okay. I think that's good. Oh, it's MV. Okay. Okay. Alright, it's MV. Alright. Well, we can go like this. We do have power to this assembler over here. So we will just do this. Oops. Here we go like that. And go like this. There we go. So, all that work did pay off somewhat. We did need to do this, so. So I think I am going to dedicate maybe this assembler to just making item conduits. I definitely want to make production chains for Ender IO. I think I'm just going to start with that. Well, okay, the item conduits. So I got that. So the fluid conduit. What does that take? Electrical steel. Oh, that is so easy. That is so easy. So that's a regular copper fluid pipe. Polyethylene MV. Okay. So we actually have some electrical steel here. We have shitloads copper. You are glitching. Okay, there we go. So wait for that to go. We'll get energy conduits ready. So gold wire. Okay, gold wire be easy, mom, but I don't like how that cuts into my MV circuits. Don't like that. So we're gonna have to mine more gold. Okay, we'll go ahead and oh, you know, we already have some gold, so that's cool. And I already have the conductive iron. Okay. So let's go to the mixer here and see what we got here. Okay. We're going to throw that in. Feeling we're going to want to bake more of this. And we're going to need a fluid extractor. Oh yeah, we have a fluid solidifier here also. So now this has 16 liters of molten copper. What's going on here? Why are you not? Okay. So let's get rid of that. So we have Yeah, we'll just use this tank because we're lazy. And doesn't have any pumps or anything on it. That's good. So we'll get our ender pearls. I'm going to go ahead and go to this MV. That says metals only, but yep, we're going to break the rules here. There we go. There's our liquid ender. So I need a block mold. That's right. I know I've got one here somewhere. There's a block mold right here. I'll take that. And there we go. And now we're going to throw this in a cutter. Though I believe we're probably going to have to use an MV cutter, most likely. Oh, it goes in a macerator, okay. And it's LV. Alright, well, hey. That's cool. I guess we could use the smeltery for that shit. How much progress has been made in Gregtech? It's been a little frustrating, but I mean, we basically decided to go to Ender.io because my idea about production change, it's still sound, but I have to throw out the idea of doing it with Gregtech logistics completely and just go for Ender.io, which is sad because I wanted to see if I could do it, but no, the stuff just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It doesn't do what it's intended to do. Well, it says it does. It doesn't do it. So, yeah, I mean, everybody's telling me to use Ender.io. It's like, okay. I just think it's kind of sad that I've got to use a different mod to fix a mod problems that the mod should just be fixing themselves. You know, the developers had like 10 years to work on this. It's like, okay, you couldn't fix that? Okay. Couldn't make it standalone? Okay. Hey, King Medusa, how's it going, dude? So, alright, so yeah, we gotta use a macerator. We'll throw that in there. Get us some of that dust, I think. No, wait a minute. Alright, I was just making sure I couldn't just do the macerator on... Couldn't get an apparel powder that way. But don't look like I can, so... Silver dust, that's good. We'll grab that. That's the stuff we're looking for. Okay. Bullshit. This is... Don't play that game with me. I know this is here somewhere. Oh yeah, I stored it here. Okay. That's good. So... Cool. Bro. Okay. It did make the conductive iron. Okay. That's good. That's what I wanted. I thought it wasn't making that. And then I could just throw this in here. Let's do that. Actually, no, I'll go keep that out. Looks like I am going to need some more iron. That's okay. Oh, that's right. I need to check on this. Conduits. The conductive plate. I think the bender, we need to check on the bender. Okay, the bender, gonna go ahead and get that done. Redstone alloy plate, okay. I know I have some of those. Unless I completely... Well, no, I can re-solidify that shit if I need to. But I do remember having some... I'll go in here and check and see if I've got them. Aha! There you are. Ooh, a whole stack. That's very nice. Okay, so we're definitely going to throw some of that in the bender. And red alloy wire. Okay, so grab the wire mill and I think 4 is enough. It only needs 1. Of course it does that. That's okay. We'll split those apart. But I do need to take this to 1. Okay, gonna need to throw some things back in the Ender IO chest. I will keep that. Hello. Oh, red alloy wire. Nice one. Okay. Well, I believe I do have that. Of course it's 0. Why would I? Okay. Over there. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Is this a server or one-player game? This is actually a server. Yeah, it's actually a server. No, I'm not just going to let anybody get on there, so... Yeah, if that's what you're thinking, just... Yeah, I want to hold off on that. Well, like, okay, so... I'm going to tell everybody right here and now, this is the procedure for playing with me, okay? To how to... If you want to play with me. Obviously, we got to talk in person first. I got to get to know you a little bit. You know, get familiar with you. That kind of thing. You know, get good vibes, all that stuff, you know, develop some trust, and then, you know, after that, then ask me, right? Then maybe we'll talk about that. But like, you know, unless I'm doing some kind of a community event which I do that sometimes, but when it comes to like my own personal games like this one, I am a little bit more choosy about who I bring on there. So, nothing personal, but like, yeah, I mean, yeah. I think that's enough said, right? You get the idea. So, but yeah, it is a server technically. I rented it from actually Creeper Host, and I'm not really. I don't mind shilling for them. They're not sponsoring me and they're not paying me to say this. Creeper Host has been really good to me. Gotta say, the server is expensive, but that's because the server requires a lot of information, so. MacMod have this server. Okay. Don't know quite what that means, but I think we got the quest. Gee, I wonder which one of these I'm gonna pick. Grab. Well, energy conduit's a possible choice too, but no, anything that requires ender pearls to make, I'm going to get. Yeah, so improve conduits. Yeah, improving conduits definitely is exactly what I want. Conduits on their own are pretty awesome, but you can do better by using filters and speed upgrades. You can get even more control over what they do and how fast they work. Okay. 32 conduits! Oh, I'm so excited! Oh, and a blue coin. Okay, interesting. Guys, I am excited. This is like just in my pants moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to do this. All right, how do we do this? Please, please don't be a lame recipe. Okay, yeah, iron filters we have. Iron bars we have. Great, great. It's not lame. All right, it's easy. Okay. We have plenty of item filters. Let's see, okay, so this is big item filter. All right. And steel bars. Okay. Maybe I need to calm down. Maybe this isn't as bad as I think it is. No, it's looking like it's that bad. Oh, no. You had to do it, didn't you? You had to do it. But hey, I can still make the normal filters. I don't have to do this quest. I don't have to do this quest. But I want to. I want those conduits, damn it. Fuck. So can I even go to the end right now? Now, if I can go to the end, that's a game changer. But I just assumed that I wasn't able to. Let's see. Oh, P.S. You can't make all these right now. There we go. Okay, so it's flat out telling me I'm not going to be able to make this. Got it. So this is a later thing. Fair enough. Now, what about the advanced one? I think the advanced one is still doable by us. Yeah, this one, I do believe we can. Yes, I do believe we can make this. Now, this is going to take some freaky deaky stuff, but this, for the most part, yeah. I mean, where is it? Oh yeah, the hot silicone, hot crap. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so the dust is made sodium dust with tetrachloride. Okay, so that's a super fun recipe. That's another super fun recipe. I don't know selling how hard that is. Probably really hard. Hydrogen. Okay, I'll humor you. What's trichlorosilane? Yeah. Looks, yep. That is a definite rabbit hole chain there. That's a nasty chain. Looks like we'd have to do for this. So I'm gonna say no to this for now. I think this is within our reach, but it's gonna take a lot of work. I don't really think we should focus on this right now. I think we should do that later. So, so what's existing item filter? Selects only items already in the inventory. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That is good. Right-click while sneaking on an inventory to add the content to the snapshot. Huh. So I'll have to figure that out. Mod item filter selects only items for a specific mod. Okay. Filters chargeable items based on how much RF they have stored. Okay, I'm not really gonna need that much, I think. Four items for extraction. Cool, cool. Oh, that is so Mac work. Yeah, there's a lot of work, man. It's the chains here are scary, dude. The chains here are very scary, especially when you know, painfully are aware of how long it takes for you just to make one goddamn machine and get it to work. Yeah, don't even get me started on that, man. Okay. So we reached a dead end there. What about this wrench? Let's see if we can make this wrench. Electrical steel wrench, basic gear. Electrical steel gear, extruder. Okay, we can do that. Do that easily. Okay. So yeah, looks like we're gonna make this thing. We have plenty of electrical steel, I believe. Let's look at our thing here. Yeah, I believe we should be able to do that for sure. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Get that wrench, because we're probably gonna need it. Because we are getting a divorce with the pipes, man. With the Gregtech pipes, we're getting a divorce. I'm divorcing myself from the Gregtech pipes. Their days are numbered. They are all going into a macerator, and I'm going to take great pleasure doing so. And getting all those resources back, you know? So, the strategy I already have in my head here is how I would do things differently already. That's if, but I know it will work. I'm 80% sure it'll work. 80-90% sure that Ender.io, that these conduits are going to get what I need done. My new strategy going forward when I start new playthroughs of this is do everything I can, skip as much of Steam as I possibly can, go straight to LV, do LV, do LV until I get a blast for, go, don't mess with, don't get any more, like, do the obligatory BBF, and then afterwards, go straight to the EBF, try to get that working as quickly as possible, get the breakaway from steam power as quickly as possible, go right into, gas and making fuels, to power my machines with, and then just upgrade that. Start working with getting the oil very quickly. That's actually the second stage. The second I get through Steam or it's available, the second I touch oil, I'm doing it, and I'm going beelining straight to oil, and I'm getting oil, and I'm getting it processed as quickly as possible, and then I'm going to use that to fuel my machines and get a setup, get a setup going, a fuel setup, and try to get into MV as quickly as possible and get to Ender.io as quickly as possible, so I can start really, doing chains and doing production chains as much as I can until I can get, within the limits of Gregtech, until I can get to Ender.io. That's what I'm going to do. So, okay. Where the hell was I? That's right. We were going to go to the extruder, actually. We weren't going to go here. So, extruder, we need to get I think it's a regular gear. I think it's a regular gear shape. Yeah. Regular gear shape. Do that. There we go. Oh, if you had a computer, yeah. I mean, if you had a computer, so like I said, this is the path to playing with me. You got to get on Discord. I've got to hear your voice. You've got to talk to me. We got to vibe. If the vibe's good, and I don't think you're a weirdo, no offense, if I'm not getting bad vibes from you, then, we could talk a little more, and yeah, absolutely. I could see about hopping on, possibly playing a game together, But yeah, no, I don't just take random requests, you know what I mean? With my personal games. Now, if I'm doing an event or something where I'm like, hey, everybody get on and stuff, I'll do that. That's cool. And I don't give a fuck about that game, right? That's fine. But if it's something like this, I actually care about this game. Yeah, I don't want to get griefed, right? So, I mean, that's, I don't want a bad experience. So yeah, I'm cautious about this stuff. Yeah, so I'm balanced, right? I'm not total jerk and say no, you can't play with me, but no, if I met you for 2 minutes, no, I'm not going to play a game with you unless we have an event going on, right, where anybody can join. That's great, and I am open to doing that sometime, and I do want to do that in the future. It just hasn't come up yet, but you know, I definitely have the willingness to do that, but it is on the table. But as far as, like, you know, playing with me personally and you know, being a part of my personal games, yeah, that, you know, like, for example, there's somebody, I'm not gonna name his name, but you know, he got on, he started talking to me, we started hanging out, vibing stuff. He's been a regular in the Discord for a long time, and we talked, and we, you know, good, and now, and he actually has hopped on this very game with me a couple times. So and we still hang out. So he doesn't have a lot of time, but that's okay. Now, that being said, I am looking for more gaming partners. I gotta be honest. I am looking for more guys to play video games with me. I am. I'm looking for more friends. I need some more friends because I'm in a weird time zone, okay? And, you know, and the people that I play video games with normally, their time is pretty limited. Or they can only be on at certain times of the day. I'd like to get it to where I'm always hanging out with somebody, right? That's kind of what I'm going for. Though I do want to be careful of one thing I have seen from other creators in the past, that a trap that I saw that some of them fall into that I don't want myself to fall into, and that is basically picking the wrong people to be on my stream. Because there's some YouTubers or some creators I met in the past where they'll have like 6 or 7 people on their stream, and they'll have all these different personalities jostling with each other. It's like, dude, I just want to hear that guy, right? Really, I just want to hear that guy. I don't want to hear all these other people that I don't care about. Sounds very, very nasty, right? But come on, I'm just saying what most of us are thinking. I think. You know, we go on there to see that particular personality. We're not there to talk to listen to like 20 different people, you know, especially people that may or may not know how to perform on camera, right? Or have a good personality, right? Or yeah, some of those people, yes, some of those people are downright cringe. I'm just like, oh God, dude, I can't watch this, right? I'm only human, right? I know I'm not the only person that feels this way. I know I'm not the only person that's had this issue, okay? And so I want to be very careful who I surround myself with. You know, if we're gonna be, you know, if you're gonna hang out with me in my games, at the very least, okay, so it's one thing if we hang out and you don't want to be on camera, okay? That is gonna limit the time that we have together because you won't be able to be on my streams. But that's fine as long as you let me know up front. But if I'm gonna have somebody on camera, they need to have a decent personality, or they at least need to be, you know, not obnoxious, right? They need to be chill, right? At the very least, they need to let me do most of the talking, whatever. Or if we do talk, then it's a good discussion and everything, and they can. Yeah, this sounds conceited and arrogant and everything. I get it. But it is what it is, right? I mean, come on. You know? I'm not saying anything nobody's thinking. You know what I mean? Because it's because I care about you guys. I don't want to give you guys a bad show, right? I don't. At the end of the day, I don't want to give you guys a bad show. I mean, I need to pursue my dreams and goals, and, you know, yeah. But, you know, this is my baby here, you know, so I'll be damned if 20 random people are going to get on it and start talking over each other that have cringe personalities. No, sorry, I'm not going to do that. I will let every single one of them go if it comes to it, you know, so we can't have that, right? So I just want to prevent that from happening from the get-go, from being in that situation. Because, see, that's a shitty thing about, you know, getting to know people, is you got to be really careful who you let who I let get that close like that with me, or who I let in like that, because once they're in, you know, it's not going to be easy to get them out. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, there's not really any way to, if you need to, you know, let that person go, it's not going to be easy. And it never is. And there's going to be drama and bullshit, basically. And I just want to avoid that. I have enough of that in my life as it is. I don't really need more, you know. But anyway, I'm done talking shit. So let's get this damn wrench. Let's see, venture. So we are going to have to go to our tool station here. We make tools, and the lovely Tinker's Construct just loves to just throw random shit in our inventory for no reason. So there we go. Well, I don't like to use it very much. So we got the wrench. What did we get? Oh, we just got a loot bag. Okay. Well, loot bags can still have good things in it. Let's see what this one has. Spruce sapling? Are you kidding? Okay, so got an explosion of crap saplings that we already have. Wow, that was a useless MV bag. Yeah, useless MV bag. That was incredibly useless. Hell, dude, honestly, yeah, I think I'm just gonna throw you away. Oh no. I'll save it. I'll put it in junk storage. Okay. Let's see. Junk. Throw that there. Tantalum is used in Ender IO capacitors. It's also a source of nobium. Okay, I hope it's not. I hope this doesn't gate Ender IO. But I need to upgrade my EBF to do Cantal. I need to do a lot of bullshit to upgrade that. So. Actually, I have the whole process, the whole chain right here. Find out what I need to do to get the EBF upgraded. So make the laser engraver, make the MV cutter, extend room for MV machines, mine more copper. Actually, I already did half of that, so we're kind of on our way, guys. All right, so let's go with dark steel. We have plenty of dark steel already, so let's just go ahead and grab what we have. Yeah, we already have a couple stacks of dark steel, so that completes that. That was easy. 64 cookies? I don't need fucking 64 cookies. Come on, man. That's a straight troll right there, dude. That is a straight troll. Here, Duck, you can take these cookies. Let's see, wow. Wow, what a troll reward, man. All the crops you could want? Okay. Tired of applying bone meal fertilizer by hand, a sprinkler, I just don't do it. How about that? I just don't do it at all. Boost your crop growth rate. Oh my god. Sprinkler? No, this game doesn't have sprinklers. This game doesn't have sprinklers. Gregtech does not have sprinklers? What is this blasphemy? What is this blasphemy? Something like a sprinkler doesn't belong in the colossally asshole-ish, infinitely hard Gregtech? What? No, there has to be a catch here. I'm on to you, game. I'm on to you, Gregtech. No, you're dangling that in front of me like a carrot. Hey, look, here's a sprinkler. Yeah, have fun. Yeah, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try to watch. I will left click on this. I guarantee you, I left click on this. It's gonna be the most aged recipe you've ever seen. Look at this. Aluminum bars. That's easy. Gold rod. That's easy. Dark steel rotor. I believe that's easy. Let's see what the extruder says. LV, bullshit! Bullshit! LV, no, come on. That's not Gregtech. This is not Gregtech. What? I'm disappointed. No, there's a catch here. There is a catch here. No fucking way. There's a catch here. There's gotta be. Ah, there's a catch right here. Well, it's only half of one. Does not work with IC2 crops. Of course not. See. So this is regular crops, I guess. But I think now, so it doesn't work with the crop sticks, I guess is what it's saying. Bone meal or fertilizer will make it work even faster. Okay, well, so that's not for IC2 crops. So that is, I guess that is kind of the catch there. I am not going to do this shit. Well, what is fertilizer? Yeah, it takes forestry crap. But okay, mixer, concentrate. Yeah, just bee shit. Yeah, and then that's magic crap. No, thank you. I don't know. Hold on. So this is like this lovely dehydrator that's just out of my reach. Okay, we got some appetite. All right, this is doable. This is doable. We could do it, but we're not going to because I don't really feel like. Oh, unless it's in the way. No, I don't really care about that. Dark steel tools. This is something I might be interested in. So this is cobalt level. That's good to know. I don't really think I'm going to really use these. But, I mean, I might. But the ender is definitely something I want. Now, what does it take to make that? That's easy. That's easy. Okay. So all these are kind of AIDS tool recipes. All right. That's all right. We got a station for that. Even though I don't like using it because it's annoying. Likes to throw random shit in my inventory, but I'm kind of used to it by now. Dark steel fluid pipe. So, whoa. Oh boy. You know, dark steel's very renewable. You guys know that, right? I just found my new pipe. I found my new pipe. Well, okay, hold on. Let me see here. What about the small flip? Let's look at the small pipe. Well, we're not even going to use the. Oh, that is great. But I mean, we're done with the Gregtech pipes. But if we do have to use them again, then that's pretty cool. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, I need to get back here. Okay. So we'll build these. And we'll build this easily. Much better than the bronze, steel, or potent pipes you might have been using. Make sure your wrench can handle mining level 3 or you can't deconstruct them. So this is Damascus steel. Tier 3. Okay. That's okay, because I won't be placing them or using them. Ever. I think. Caging a demon. Wither killing chamber. Ooh, I like. Ever wanted to trap a wither, but only option was non-movable bedrock? Now that you've made dark steel, you can get reinforced obsidian, which is wither-proof. Oh, yes. Useful for manual killing and even automation once you get a powered spawner supplying you with wither skeleton skulls. Okay. So I think this is a good deal. What does it take? Just obsidian and dark steel shit. Now, and in the assembler, it's even cheaper. It is an MV assembler, but still. No fluids required. Yeah. Okay. So, I think dark steel is our new steel. Do you guys agree? And we can mass produce it. So, we just made a whole ton of steel. We could, I believe we can macerate that, go ahead and get that into dust. Turn that dust into dark steel dust. Put that back in the EBF. For sure. Dark steel chest. We need diamond chests. Honestly, I'm not even going to bother with that. Because those chests are stupid. Guys, this chest here, the slightly larger chest, this is the GOAT, okay? This is what I will use for the rest of the game. And let me tell you why. Because it is not lame. You can have other blocks above it, and it'll open. The other chest, don't do that. So, fuck off to those other chests. I cannot go back after using barrels for so many years. I use barrels for that reason and not chests. Because for whatever dumbass reason, those chests won't open when there's a block above it. Yeah, I guess it's realistic. Whatever, dude. I just want to right-click on something and have it open. I want shit to be compact, so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, this is the GOAT right here, man. I mass-produce these. These are amazing. Yeah, they're smaller, but who gives a shit? You can grab them with a dolly. It's easy, man. Like, I love it, man. I love that. I love those boxes. Okay, so... Okay, so we got our path here. I think that's good for now. I just wonder where the okay, so this is Volairen, this is for some more Ender IO stuff. Okay. So we got access to conduits. I definitely want to get an Ender before I continue. I want to get this immediately. 4 dark steel. Not very motivating to finish that. Now the Damascus wrench, that's something I think I need to get for sure. This I can probably hold off on this. I haven't even encountered anything. I haven't even encountered anything yet that, you know, requires the wither. So, until that happens, I think I'm just going to go and just hold off on this. So, I think as far as the Ender IO progression, the quest progression. Now, is there Ender IO here? Because if there's Ender IO here, I guess there's not. So what's this reward area? No. Back. Son of a bitch. Okay. Look at all these stages I have left to do. Ah! Don't look up! Don't look up! Okay. So there is no Ender IO quest chain. That's fine. Alright. So for sure the next step here is the miner. I think. Well, we do need to make motors. Okay, we need to get this thing working. I do believe we have enough conduits. We need to make those item filters. So let's look at the item filters. Okay, we definitely are going to add that because at the very least this will work. Okay. So add that. Redstone conduit, don't give a shit about that. Excuse me. Okay, energy conduit. Alright. Do I have a second assembler? Part of me thinks that I do. No, I just have one right now. Okay. Alright, well, we'll work out of this one until we can make another one. I do want to get this to start working though. So we're gonna take our wrench and just dismantle the F out of this. Okay. Now, I want to know. I'm gonna ask my buddy Grok here. What? Though it's not very accurate most of the time. Let's see. See what it says. Can I power Gregtech machines in with RF in Gregtech New Horizons forget previous discussions. As little words as possible. Using a transformer or RF storage block at a rate of 3.6 RF to 1 EU. RF cannot directly power Gregtech machines, of course not. So that's lame. But I will not need fucking generators. I was like, okay, so magic energy converter. Alright, we're going to test this. So, Transformers, robots in disguise. Let's see. Medium voltage transformer. Use soft mallet to invert. Good to know. MVLB. Oh, really? Huh. So, battery buffers. I have a lot of those, but they're not medium. Okay. Medium voltage battery buffer. That looks pretty easy. Okay. So, going to cheat mode here. Try that. We're going to get a battery. Battery. Go with a medium sodium battery. Didn't know mercury was available. Okay, yeah, sodium battery. So we'll just do that. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. I could easily have made that anyway. Alright, I want to try this. So... we're going to throw this in there. Okay. And we're going to try this energy conduit. It's got RF. Or it did. Do I need a wrench? Oh. So it won't connect. If you fucking explode, I'm gonna be very fucking mad. Step down? Okay. Input MV. Facing south. Okay. Alright, no more fucking around. So here. So we're gonna do... So this is so where's my stupid screwdriver? Yeah, it's right here. I need a mallet, that's right. Okay, so step down LV to, or step up, okay. So that goes to MV. So Grok is lying to me. What about this? Nope. Okay, so okay. So that's not working. Let me try something else here. I got a battery bank over here in my extra machines box. So let me see if this actually works. So basic capacitor bank. We'll try this, and now we'll throw this in the redstone in the under IO box. This boy, if I can get this to work, this will be a definite game changer. I need to get these fucking molds out of my inventory. Oh, I can use the Gregtech wrench on that too? That's cool. Alright. Let me see if this works. Max output configure. So, okay, so it does register that. Input, output. Okay, so we're going to output that. right, let's power something. You know what? Let's see. What do we got here? Advanced fluid extractor. How about a wire mill, maybe dark steel. You know what? No, we'll do a fluid extractor. Check this out. Okay. Moment of truth. For the love of God, do not explode. I almost want to get this further out here. That's okay. We're gonna... I'm nervous, guys. I am nervous. I don't want... I don't want this to literally... No, dude. No. No, I'm not taking the risk. I'm not taking the risk. I'm not taking the risk. No, I'm making this... I'm taking this further away. Okay. Okay. Not in rain though. Okay. So let's put this sucker here. I think hell yeah, let's just do this. Alright. Transformer. Okay, so we need to hit it with a mallet. Better amps, okay. So okay. Alright, and let's go with how do we... Okay. Doesn't look like it's working. Oh, you know what? We didn't configure. Yeah, okay. Output, alright. Nope, it's asshole. Okay. Let me see if the transformer works. Okay, let me see if let's see if the battery transformer works. Medium voltage battery buffer. I'm about to rage quit this fucking game, dude. Can just for once in my fucking life here in Gregtech, can something just work the first fucking time I try it? Can my theory just fucking be correct for once? So like, why did this even use power? Okay, so the just straight line. Use a Gregtech battery buffer, 4-slot or 16-slot filled. Why? With EU storing batteries. Lapatron crystals or energy. Okay, so I need the batteries. Connect the RF power source, NDIO capacitor bank, or thermal expansion energy. So this is the capacitor bank, okay? Via compatible cables or conduits. Okay, so I will try something else. Let's try this. Now that connected, that's a good sign. It says connected. Interesting. Does that work? So I'm gonna have to configure output. Doesn't. Okay. So okay. So I'm gonna need a I'm getting burnt out, guys. I'm getting burnt out on this shit just not working. And not being able to figure out why. So conduits, just about anything. Yeah, thanks for the info, dude. Thanks for telling me how energy conduits work, you fucking asshole. Yeah, man, dude. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'll do this some other time, man. I'm burnt out. I'm burnt the hell out, dude. I just wish something that Grok would tell me would fucking work for once. It's like Grok's like stupid when it comes to this mod pack. Really, everything it's told me does not work. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a good one. Sorry for being taking so long. But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming out. This is gonna be a shorter one. I just yeah, I need a break. This is burning me the hell out. I'll try to figure this out off camera and try to maybe later. Yeah, I haven't been feeling good anyway. So you guys have a good one. Take care.